Part 47. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 461. This thing will definitely be of great use in the future. Suchan thought to himself. After thinking about it, he clicked on the trading system and bought a few books. Introduction to Archers. Introduction to Assassin. Professional books such as Introduction to Mage. Every player will have a copy of this when they first enter the novice village. The main purpose is to click on the instructions inside to guide players through the novice stage. Selling an NPC isn't even worth a copper coin. Many people think this thing takes up space in their backpack and throw it away casually. Some people also hang this thing on the trading system in an attempt to defraud a few copper coins. Suchan activated his unlimited fusion talent. Try fusion. Ding. Suchan has been selected as the main fusion object, and Archer Beginner *1 has been selected as the auxiliary fusion object. Do you want to start fusion? Suchan licked his lips and thought to himself, fusion. Ding. The current fusion exceeds the settings of the God's Domain online game and requires a minimum number of super god level fusions *1. Do you want to continue the fusion? I'll go. It's really possible to fuse. Suchan chose fusion without hesitation. Just after the game was launched, Suchan had 3 more super god level fusion times. He failed to fuse once, which is nothing. Not to mention this fusion is of great significance. Once successful, Suchan hopes to become a full-time master. In the process of merging. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully obtaining the novice level archer profession. Suchan's level exceeds the level limit for first and second level job transfer tasks. Therefore, the novice level archer cannot be upgraded to a higher level. But even the novice level archer is enough to achieve Suchan's level. Ambition. Open the attribute panel. In the professional column, in addition to the god level true dragon fighting, there is also a new profession of novice level archer. What is even more exciting is that in behind the attribute agility, the words, main attribute, suddenly appeared. In other words, Suchan now has 2 main attributes. For agile combatants such as archers, increasing agility means increasing attack and critical hit rate. And attack speed. Originally, the strength attribute increased Suchan's basic attack value. Now the agility attribute can also increase his basic attack value. The attack value has already reached more than 87 million, and now it is fierce again. Increase, soaring to more than 110 million. I don't know if my current attack speed has also increased. Suchan forcibly suppressed the excitement in his heart, drew out the heavy sword Zushan Emperor, and slashed forward casually. Crash. It was like a sea wave had passed by. The afterimages were connected together. To outsiders, it looked like slow motion with special effects. In fact, it was 100 attacks in a row in 1 second. Attack speed it's so fast that it makes your scalp numb. I go. Even Suchan's sighing voice was trembling. The magical skill battle of the 8 wastes can reach 100 times the attack speed at its extreme state, and I can use it now. Battle in the 8 wastes increases the attack speed by 100 times, and only attacks 100 times every 2 seconds. Now Suchan can attack 100 times in 1 second, which is twice as powerful as Battle of the 8 wastes. However, the skill Battle of the 8 wastes can not only increase the attack speed, but also increase the attack range, so it will still be of some use in the future. Immediately afterwards, Suchan bought another novice level book 100 Steps to Pierce the Yang dedicated to the archer profession. Can increase the archer's shooting range by an additional meter. I just learned this skill book casually. Ding. You obtain the novice level skill Penetrating Yang with 100 steps. Ding. The novice level skill 100 steps through Yang has been selected as the main fusion object, and the junior skill book Elementary Resurrection has been selected as the auxiliary fusion object. The current minimum fusion points required are *700. Do you want to continue the fusion? Fusion. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully improving your novice level skill 100 steps to pierce the yang to the primary level. Suchen pulled out all the countless high-level skill books he had accumulated in the backpack space and started to fuse them crazily. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully improving your basic skill 100 steps to pierce the yang to an advanced one. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully upgrading your advanced skill 100 steps to pierce the yang to the epic level. Ding. Ding. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully raising your holy level skill 100 steps to pierce the yang to the demigod level. Ding. Consumes the number of super god level fusions *1. Fusion successful. Congratulations on successfully upgrading your demigod level skill 100 steps through yang to a god level skill Shili Divine Arm. Skill, Shili Divine Arm. Level, God level. Occupational restriction, Archer. Passive skill. Increase archer shooting range to up to 5,000 meters. Seeing the description of this new magical skill, Suchen burst out laughing. With the attack speed of 100 times and the divine arm of 10 miles, if I activate Battle of the Eight Wastes to increase the attack range by up to 100 times, then even if the enemy is thousands of miles away, I can kill him with one blow. Thousands of miles away, taking the enemy's head. How unrestrained and wanton this is. Just thinking about it makes me excited. Well, I should also get a handy divine bow as a backup. When the time comes, I will be invincible in both long range and close combat. Even if I am surrounded by hundreds of millions of gods and demons, I will still be able to kill at will. The artifact level longbow is also in Suchen's space backpack. After plundering all the treasure troves of the 52 sect, the agent force of the 6 realms, there happened to be a divine bow nameless in it. It has a cool and domineering shape and is very handy. And the heavy sword Zutian Emperor has the same basic attack power of 100,000 points. It also comes with 20% of 5 times the critical hit additional attribute. It overlaps with the magical skill Shura's Strike. But Suchen doesn't mind. He is currently trading in the system. On the platform, he bought all the best arrows. Among them, the demigod level dragon arrow can increase the attack by 3,000 points and the explosion damage. However, the number is only 1,000. Other types of top level arrows, Suchen bought a total of 5 tens of millions of arrows. A total of more than 600 million gold coins were spent. He also spent a little money to buy tens of billions of ordinary arrows from the NPC in case of emergency. After doing this, Suchen went to the Golden Dragon's lair. The 90,000 Golden Dragon babies should have been scheduled for birth. It's time to form his 100,000 God and Demon Dragon cavalry army. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 462. The independent space where the Golden Dragon's lair is located also has 4 times the time flow rate. Looking at the cute golden dragon babies huddled together in the nest, waiting for feeding, Suchen smiled softly. First drive these baby dragons into a spacious independent space. Then open the experience storage tank and start the crazy upgrade. Ding. Your golden dragon baby *90,000 has been successfully upgraded to level 2. Ding. Your golden dragon baby *90,000 has been successfully upgraded to level 3. Ding. Ding. Your golden dragon baby *90,000 has been successfully upgraded to level 100. Reached full level. The accumulated experience value in the experience storage tank is as high as more than 83 trillion. Upgrading 90,000 golden dragon babies to the full level only cost more than 1,300 billion. There is still a storage capacity of 82 trillion experience. it is enough to support Suchen in building a 1,000,000 god demon dragon riding army in the later stages of the game. In addition, the 90,000 dragon cavalry have long been upgraded to god demon level dragon cavalry. Put on the advanced dragon rider evolution armor and ride on a level 100 golden dragon. 90,000 gods and demon dragons rode in a wide independent space, all facing Suchen, banging the golden dragon spears in their hands, and shouting in unison, "See you, General." The shouts shook the sky, and the murderous intent burst out. Bring these gods and demons dragon knights into the dragon general space. Under the influence of the unparalleled attribute of the artifact Unparalleled Crown, the basic offensive and defensive attributes of these divine and demonic dragon knights can increase by 1% every day. Suchen stayed in an independent space with 4 times the speed of time, and these divine and demonic dragon knights could also increase their offensive and defensive attributes at 4 times the speed. Do these things well. Suchen stayed in a separate space, chewing on the fragments of the Jade Dragon monument with peace of mind. Suddenly more than half of the game time has passed. Another 9 super god level fusion times obtained. Ding! By consuming 3 super god level fusion times, your god level skill attribute Plunder has been successfully upgraded to the general god level. The god level attribute Plunder has a 3% chance of plundering the attributes of the Lord God level unit. The strong enemies encountered in Tianyuan land in the future will most likely be the Lord God. This level of attribute Plunder is enough for the time being. Look at the blood of gods and demons in the backpack space, there are still more than 100 million. Suchen raised his hand and raised the skill God descends to earth from the God level to the general God level. Skill, God descends to earth, can be upgraded. Grade, general level. Level, Level 1, Blood of Gods and Demons, 0/100,000. Player restrictions, King's Landing immediately increases the size by 10 times after activation, and the health value is 1000%, attack power 1000%, defense power 1000%, movement speed 1000%. Skill duration, 60 seconds. The maximum level that can be upgraded, 200. Skill cooldown time 10 minutes. The general level Heavenly God descends to earth can be upgraded to a maximum level of 200. In other words, the maximum attribute multiplier that can be increased reaches an unprecedented 210 times. Suchen's terrifying attributes are now comparable to those of general level gods and demons. If they are increased by another 210 times, they will definitely be comparable to the strength of high-level gods. Coupled with his Shura's strike, which can hit up to 10 times the critical hit, Battle of the 8 Desolations, and his attack speed of 100 times per second, even if he faces a top god with 100% strength, he can still be strong. Suchen immediately started upgrading without thinking. Ding! Consume Blood of Gods and Demons *100,000, and your holy skill God descends to earth will be upgraded to level 2. Ding! Consume Blood of Gods and Demons *100,000, and your holy skill God descends to earth will be upgraded to level 3. Ding! Ding! Consume Blood of Gods and Demons *100,000, and your holy skill God descends to earth will be upgraded to level 200. It has been upgraded to the full level. To continue upgrading, you need to upgrade the God descends to earth skill level to the primary God level. After consuming nearly 20 million copies of Blood of Gods and Demons, Suchen upgraded God descends to earth all the way to the full level 200. With another killing skill, Suchen was in a good mood. At this moment, Yunfei, when the video call came, his little face flushed with excitement, and he said excitedly, "Suchen. The remaining forces of the 52 sect, the agent force of the 6 realms, have been wiped out. The 20-Nation Alliance Association has announced its surrender. Total war, we have won a great victory." Yunfei just finished speaking. A big red announcement floated in front of billions of players across the server. Ding! Server-wide announcement. The Six Realms camp lost to the Free and Independent camp and were completely defeated at 12 o'clock on February 2, 1001 in the God's Domain calendar. Total War Plot, the Freedom and Independence camp achieved a great victory. Ding. Total War Contribution Points Ranking List. Contribution points statistics are completed. Six Realms camp players' contribution points will be cleared due to defeat. Free and Independent camp players who have obtained contribution points can be used to redeem various epic, legendary, saint level, demigod level and god level equipment and skills. Ding. Congratulations to player Junlin for winning first place in the Total War Contribution Points ranking list. The total contribution points are as high as 62.17 billion points, and you will receive additional rewards. Qualification star level 100, Godhead 1. For a moment, the whole server was shocked. In the end, the Independent camp won. Alas, I still underestimated how evil the King's Landing boss is. If I had known I would have chosen the Independent camp, I could have used my contribution points to exchange for some legendary equipment. You know it's hard to buy, but this time, 99% of the players in the server will lose all their money. This list is so perverted. The boss of Junlin topped the list with 62.1 billion. The second place's contribution points were only 21 million, and he was Yun Fi Ian, the leader of Dragon City's Fire Phoenix Guild. The boss of King's Landing killed countless clones of the Lord God, so his contribution points were certainly high. This time, the three major guilds in Dragon City have so many contribution points that they have completely surpassed all the guilds in the server. From today on, no other guild can compete with the three major guilds in Dragon City. WDNMD. Why did I just give 100 gold coins to the Six Realms camp? Now it's all a loss. You lose. Hee, it's the bookmakers who open the betting market who lose money. According to the odds, the bookmaker has to make up 29 trillion gold coins to compensate players who bet on the Independent camp. Now descendants and grandchildren will not be able to pay all the money. In a separate space. Seeing the extra 100 qualification stars and a colorful godhead, Suchen smiled lightly. Open the contribution point redemption mall. It is filled with a dazzling array of equipment and skill books of various levels. Suchen directly pulled it to the column of god-level equipment and skill books. It was found that to exchange for an artifact or magical skill, a full 3 billion to 10 billion contribution points are needed. The more powerful it is, the more contribution points it requires. A piece of demigod-level equipment only requires 10 million contribution points at a minimum. I still have 8 semi-artifacts on me, so I can take this opportunity to replace them all with artifacts. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 463. Now Suchen carefully selected. I just redeemed all the contribution points I received. Ding. You get the level 100 artifact God War Helmet *1. Ding. You get the level 100 artifact God Mad Dragon Divine Ring *1. Ding. You get the level 100 artifact God Sun Swallowing Heavy Armor *1. Ding. Replace all equipment. The more than 60 billion contribution points have almost been used up. Suchen's offensive and defensive attributes increased by tens of thousands of points. Very high for average players. But compared to Suchen's attack of hundreds of millions and defense of more than 50 million, this improvement is really not enough. However, after turning on the special effects of the equipment, the whole body is blessed with a uniform divine outfit, and the colorful streamers flow endlessly from top to bottom, which looks very cool. If he goes out, he will definitely blind a lot of people. At this time, 3 more server-wide announcements passed before my eyes. Ding. Server-wide announcement. The game officially opens the Heart of the Strong mission. Players who have reached level 100 can go to the city lord of each main city to receive the Heart of the Strong mission. Players who successfully complete the mission can break through the level limit of 100 and receive an additional qualification star level *5 reward. Ding. Server-wide announcement. The all-out war failed miserably, and the gods and demons of the six realms were unwilling to accept it and began to invade all parts of the gods' domain. The game will be available in all parts of the gods' domain when it goes online tomorrow. Wild Ancient Land, Dusk Catacombs, 9 Nether Purgatory. There are a total of 12 battlefields between gods and demons. Players can get a lot of experience points, skill books, equipment, and other rewards by killing gods and demons. Players who kill high-level gods and demons have a chance to obtain divine fragments. Ding. Server-wide announcement. There are signs of strange beasts in Zhongzhou City. Rebuilding the Emperor Tower can induce them to appear. Kill to get Imperial City Order and Emperor's Seal. I go. Completing the Heart of the Strong mission will increase your qualification star level by 5 points. This is equivalent to doubling the attributes obtained at each level in the future. In pursuit of this qualification star level *5 reward, little sister, I must work hard to reach level 100. Have so many battlefields between gods and demons been opened now? At this stage, except for the bosses of King's Landing and the Dragon City Gang, which player and guild dares to fight against gods and demons? No matter how good the reward is, it will still lead to death. Kill the strange beast in Zhongzhou City and get the Imperial City Order? This is definitely exclusive to the boss of King's Landing. It seems that Dragon City will be upgraded to the first Imperial City in the server soon. When Suchen saw these 3 server-wide announcements, the corner of his mouth curled up slightly. Finally can break through level 100. At this stage, among all the players in the server, he is the only one who has reached level 100. And I have been stuck at level 100 for a long time. Suchen immediately called the Lord of Jingtao City Shi Yi over. Well, now the 7 human kingdoms have become his vassal states. As the Lord of the commercial principality, Shi Yi was naturally under Suchen's command. Not to mention that he also has an identity as an orc. The entire orc tribe has declared their allegiance to Suchen, and Shi Yi is no exception. Got Suchen's call. Shi Yi teleported to Longcheng immediately. When the two met, Shi Yi was extremely emotional. Unexpectedly, we will meet again, brother Junlin. No, please forgive me for my slip of the tongue. I should call you Lord Junlin. Unexpectedly, Lord Junlin has already defeated all the religions in the 6 realms. So that all the races in our divine domain are no longer enslaved by the 6 realms. I really admire Yi. After saying that, Shi Yi bowed deeply to Suchen, then stood up and said solemnly, this bow is Yi's way of thanking Lord Junlin on behalf of all the tribes in the divine realm. Suchen nodded, and then said directly, I called you here this time, mainly to ask about the Heart of the Strong mission. Before Suchen finished speaking, Shi Yi waved his hand gently and said, Lord Junlin can kill even the Lord God, which has already exceeded the scope of Heart of the Strong, so what qualifications does Yi have to let you do such a low-level task? After that, he waved his hand. Immediately, a system prompt sounded in Suchen's mind. Ding. You have met the requirements of the Heart of the Strong task, successfully completed the task, successfully exceeded the level limit of 100, and received an additional reward of qualification star level *50. You don't even need to do the task, just complete it directly? And you also got 50 qualification star rewards in excess of the quota? Isn't this task only a 5-point star reward? Suchen looked at Shi Yi with a serious look on his face, and thought in his heart, sigh, it's so cool to accept the mission NPC as my younger brother. Let the administrative officer see off Shi Yi. Suchen stood in the city lord's mansion and started leveling on the spot. Ding. You have reached level 101 and gained free attribute points *8409 points. Ding. You have reached level 102 and gained free attribute points *8409 points. Ding. You have reached level 103 and gained free attribute points *8409 points. Ding. Ding. You have reached level 150 and gained free attribute points *8409 points. Up to level 150, Suchen stopped extracting experience points from the experience storage tank. He still remembered that the god-level hidden mission Ancient Wind, 3, Secret of the Six Realms exceeded level 150. The mission will be lost permanently. He is still waiting to go to the Well of Gods and Demons in the Six Realms to explore the ancient secrets with the Demon Lord. Even though he only rose to level 50, Suchen still gained more than 420,000 freedoms attribute points. If you were an ordinary player, you would never get so many attribute points in your life. As for the 12 newly opened battlefields of gods and demons, Suchen was not interested. These gods and demons were too low level for him. Let the 3 major players in Dragon City, it's almost enough for guild players to brush them. Asking Suchen to brush these low-level gods and demons, it's better to stay in an independent space and use 4 times the time flow rate to obtain more super god level fusion times and swallow more fragments of the Jade Dragon Monument. In this way, the speed of improving strength is faster. However, these gods and demons battlefields are not fixed and unchanging. If there are no players to clear out the gods and demons inside for a long time, these gods and demons battlefields will gradually become larger and continue to encroach on thousands of people on the gods' domain continent. The habitat of the tribe. In time, it will become the territory of the new agent forces of the Six Realms. These battlefields of gods and demons are both opportunities and dangers for ordinary players. After the online game of gods came to reality, ordinary players had the highest number of permanent deaths. This place is nothing more than a flesh and blood grinding mill. Of course, these have nothing to do with Suchen for the time being. Well, the level has been exceeded, it's time to go to Zhongzhou City to rebuild the Emperor Tower. Suchen passed through the teleportation array and immediately arrived at Zhongzhou City, which had restored prosperity. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 464. Ding. You have arrived at Zhongzhou City. The system has detected that you already own a 3rd-level main city and are eligible to rebuild the Imperial Terrace. Will it cost 900 million gold coins, obsidian, colorful glazed tile 90,000, build Imperial Terrace 1. The game coins and materials needed to build Emperor platform just form the number 9 or 5, which implies the supreme meaning of 9-5. These materials happen to be all available in Suchen's huge backpack space. Now follow the system prompts. In Zhongzhou, in the center of the city, on a high ground facing south and back to north, we chose to build the Emperor Terrace. Ding. Emperor Terrace is under construction. There are still 6 hours until the construction is completed. Additional gold coins can shorten the construction time. Ding. Server-wide announcement. The player Junlin is building the Emperor Tower in Zhongzhou City, trying to lure out the alien boss Emperor River. People with lofty ideals can attack in groups. Those who capture the final blow of the boss will receive Imperial City Order and Emperor's Seal. When this server-wide announcement floated in front of billions of players around the world, everyone has the urge to curse. Damn, the system asked us to grab the boss of King's Landing? Is this asking us to die? I wouldn't even dare to attack the god of killing boss if I had 10 more courages. This system is either stupid or broken. I really look forward to seeing my brother Junlin proclaim himself emperor. That look must be super handsome. War Overlord and others also saw this announcement. Just like the complaints of players on the World Channel, they only have jealousy. As for snatching the last blow of the boss, only a ghost would do it. After hearing the system prompt, Suchen casually added he spent 5.4 billion gold coins to get in. The construction time was shortened from 6 hours to only 1 minute. A huge square cone-shaped emperor tower with a length of 900 meters, a width of 500 meters, and a height of 500 meters quickly took shape in front of his eyes. Ding! Your Emperor Terrace is completed. The alien beast Emperor River was disturbed by Emperor Platform and is waking up. You still have 3 minutes to prepare, please proceed with caution. After the Imperial Terrace was capped, an invisible wave immediately emitted and shook underground. Buzz! The ground began to tremble. It seemed as if some terrifying ancient behemoth was about to appear. Suddenly the sky was covered with dark clouds, lightning, and thunder. In the 9 lifetimes before Suchen, he had never seen anyone dare to lure out the strange beast Emperor River. There is no player who has reintegrated the divine continent and proclaimed himself emperor after the Qing emperor was defeated. Therefore, it was also the first time for him to face this kind of boss. To be on the safe side, Suchen transferred his 2 clones, the black dragon Ji Mengli, the umbrella girl Yingying, and the divine pet beast god Nine Tails Namo Gatling Bodhisattva all summoned and lined up on both sides. The ground shook more and more. The whole Zhongzhou city was shaking. NPCs and players in the city screamed in terror. Countless houses began to collapse. Even the wide streets were torn apart by the violent earthquake, revealing huge cracks that were more than 10 or even tens of meters wide. Boom, boom, boom. Thick purple lightning bolts fell from the dark clouds. Trees, houses, and pedestrians were immediately blown to pieces. Around the Imperial platform, purple thunder and lightning struck particularly densely. Waves of terrifying aura came from the 9 netherworlds underground. Everything in the world seemed to be trembling and dormant under this terrifying aura. The beast god Ninetails said to Suchen with a serious face. Master, this is the aura of the Emperor, which is beyond the ability of ordinary people to bear, and has a great effect on strengthening one's strength. I'm afraid this strange beast is not that easy to deal with. Suchen, who was standing on the imperial stage, looked at this terrifying scene and thought for a while. Then the time and space fortress was teleported over. Lu Yuanzong, the number 1 god in the heaven, stretched his tall figure of 1,000 meters and stood in the center of the fortress, ready for battle. At the same time, the scene in Zhongzhou City was also broadcast live in real time by players who happened to be here. It's too scary, the system even encouraged us to fight for the last blow of this strange beast. It's so deceptive. Just looking at this horrific scene makes me pee. Hee, how can it be so easy to become the emperor in the divine continent? Look, since the great Yan Empire collapsed 1,000 years ago, who has been proclaimed emperor in the entire 1,000 years? I think even someone as powerful as the boss of King's Landing will be defeated this time. No. Brother Junlin is so strong and handsome, he will definitely be able to kill this strange beast. Boom. Just as the players watching the live broadcast were talking about it. In the picture, the countless fissures in the earth in Zhongzhou City suddenly surged with surging hot magma. In an instant, the entire Zhongzhou City was turned into a sea of fire. Damn it! Is this the end of the world? Oops! The live broadcast screen went black. The brother who was in charge of the live broadcast in Zhongzhou City unfortunately died. The screen of my live broadcast video is also black, a moment of silence for the brothers who are bravely broadcasting on the front line. It was so tragic. Fortunately, I didn't go over to watch the fun. Suchen stood on the imperial stage. Looking at Zhongzhou City, which had been turned into a sea of fire and red by the monstrous magma, I was even more amazed at the power of this boss. Right in this rolling hot magma, the earth suddenly rose. It's like a huge mountain rising from the ground. 900 meters, 3,000 meters, 9,000 meters, 15,000 meters, 30,000 meters. The bulging earth actually reached into the sky. Then it cracked and fell into pieces. Pieces of the earth fell from high altitudes, and their power was as powerful as meteors falling to the ground. Suchen suspended the time and space fortress above the Emperor's platform and propped up the heavenly universe formation to avoid being hit by these huge peeling rocks and soil. Dijiang! 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 A strange and majestic roar sounded from high in the sky. The earth peeled off, revealing a 9-kilometer large strange ancient beast inside. The whole body was shrouded in hazy chaos. It seems to have wings that cover the sky, but it also seems to have no head. 4 giant legs that looked like pillars of heaven slowly walked through the air, scattering all the white clouds around them. The roar heard in Suchen's ears happened to be the word Dijiang. The Qing Emperor is no more, I am the Emperor myself. How dare you, the ants in this world, build an imperial platform again? Dijiang overlooking the earth. The Emperor level pressure enveloped Suchen and others on the Emperor's stage. Suchen didn't feel anything. Lu Yuanzong and Gatling Bodhisattva didn't feel much either. The general level beast god Nine Tails felt a little uncomfortable under this Emperor level pressure. On the other hand, the pretty faces of Black Dragon Ji Mengli and Umbrella Girl Yingying turned red under this pressure, their delicate bodies trembled slightly, and they seemed unable to hold on. The Nine Tails god of the beast tribe? Have you actually reached the level of a general? What Suchen didn't expect was that this strange beast Dijiang actually knew his divine pet beast god Nine Tails. He spoke a grand voice, and his tone seemed very surprised. Immediately afterwards, Dijiang's attention turned to the exceptionally tall Gatling Bodhisattva next to him. You Bodhisattva is extremely weird, wait, you actually have the strength of a main god. The voice of the alien beast Dijiang began to change. Lu Yuanzong, the number 1 god in heaven who stood on the fortress of time and space, dispersed the power of the fortress to hide, revealed his body, and sneered Dijiang, look at me again. Who will it be? Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 465. On the fortress. Lu Yuanzong, who is thousands of meters tall, holds a divine halberd and has unparalleled power. The intermediate main god level aura oscillates out at will. Another main god. You are, the number 1 divine general in heaven, Lu Yuanzong. The chaos-shrouded Emperor River suddenly shook. The originally majestic and grand voice became sharper. Lu Yuanzong laughed loudly and said loudly, look at the Emperor's platform below. Who is it? The terrifying Emperor-level pressure swept towards the Emperor's platform. Yingying and Ji Mengli, who only had god-level strength, were ignored by it. The beast god Nine Tails and Gatling Bodhisattva had already noticed it. The only thing that was not too much, the only one who cares, is the young human being standing proudly on the throne. What does this human youth have? Wait. How come this young man's aura is exactly the same as the Qing Emperor's aura back then? It turned out to be Dragon King bloodline. He is the reincarnation of Qing Emperor. Dijiang screamed strangely. At that moment, the chaos around him turned into a stream of light, and he actually wanted to escape through the air. Lu Yuanzong snorted coldly. Throw the god-splitting halberd in your hand forcefully. The divine halberd instantly turned into lightning, and suddenly caught up with Dijiang's escaping light. The cold halberd blade hung in front of the Dijiang River, causing it to stop in a hurry. The Gatling Bodhisattva on the imperial platform below also threw out his cassock and shouted, where can you escape, monster? Kazaya! Take it away. The red cassock instantly covered half of the sky, blocking all the way to the imperial river. Kick with one leg. Gatling Bodhisattva rose to the sky and said coldly, how dare a mere general, a god-level monster, show off his power in front of my master? Lu Yuanzong revealed the details of Po Dijiang in one sentence. Don't think that this general doesn't know, the so-called emperor's aura is all brought by the emperor's seal carried on the body. If you know what's going on, Hand over the Imperial City Order and Emperor's Seal as soon as possible, otherwise I won't mind being under this splitting divine halberd. One more corpse. Dijiang's figure was shaken again. Owner? The mighty Lord God actually recognizes the youth of the human race as his master? That's right, in the world, only the Qing Emperor, the master of the Dragon King's bloodline, has such qualifications. This young man is definitely the reincarnation of Qing Emperor. Recalling Emperor Qing's terrifying combat power across the 6 realms, Dijiang was even more trembling. When 2 rays of divine light shot out from the chaos in the sky and flew towards Suchen on the Emperor's stage. Embarrassing laughter rang out in the chaos. That, misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding. Emperor's Seal and Imperial City Order are here, meeting for the first time. A small gift is not a sign of respect. Sorry to bother you, the baby at home still needs to be fed. I will take the first step. Please stop and don't send me away. However, the divine halberd and the red cassock remained motionless, blocking all its escape routes. Suchen stood on the imperial stage, smiled softly, and asked, besides the Imperial City Order and the Emperor's Seal, what other treasures do you have on you? What grade of materials are your leather armor, flesh and blood, and muscles and bones made of? How much experience do you have? Did you explode blood of gods and demons? Or essence of gods and demons? Dijiang heard the ghosts of the deceased and said quickly, no. Absolutely not. Killing me is like breaking a stone in the toilet. It will only make the stench rise to the sky, but nothing will come out. My skin, flesh, muscles, and bones are even stronger. It's worthless. Really? Please believe in the little demon. If Dijiang could shed tears, he would definitely squeeze out a few tears now to enhance his sincerity. At the same time, overwhelming regret arose in its heart. If I had known earlier, I would not have been disturbed by the Imperial platform and could have stayed underground and slept for another 1,000 years. The outside world is too dangerous. Can the Lord God be everywhere now? Suchen nodded when he heard this. Turn your back. Dijiang felt happy, thinking that Suchen was going to let it go. Unexpectedly, Lu Yuanzong and Gatlin Bodhisattvas shouted loudly at the same time. Monster, take a bite out of me. Dai Tianlong. Ding. Congratulations on successfully killing the strange beast Dijiang. Earn experience value *80 billion, and obtain reputation value *1 million for all towns in the server. Your reputation in the Divine Continent is changed to worship. Ding. You get Imperial City Order *1. Ding. You get Emperor's Seal *1. Ding. You get God and Demon Essence *1000. Ding. You get Emperor's Corpse *1. Looking at the essence of gods and demons in his hand, Suchen raised his eyebrows slightly. It actually exploded more essence of gods and demons than the main god's clone. This guy is so fat. Suchen had no intention of letting Dijiang go. The meat in his mouth, even if it is a mosquito leg, must be kept. There is absolutely no possibility of letting him go. Ding. Server-wide announcement. Player Junlin successfully killed the alien beast Dijiang. Obtained the only Imperial City Order and Emperor's Seal in the entire server. Additional reward, town reputation value across all servers *1 million. Friendly reminder, killing the player King's Landing will inevitably reveal Imperial City Order Emperor's Seal. Look at this server-wide announcement and tips. All players are silent. This system is so broken. Do you know that we dare not touch the boss of King's Landing, so you humiliate us again and again? Such a terrifying beast was killed so quickly. The male god is a male god, and he has never let the little girl down. Dijiang is dead, waiting for the king to rule the world. Suchen returned to the fortress of time and space, the city lord's mansion of Dragon City. Use all the essence of gods and demons and emperor's corpse obtained. Ding. Consume Essence of Gods and Demons 1000, and you will obtain qualification star level 1000. The current total number of qualification stars is 9,409 stars. Ding. Heavenly Universe formation is devouring and transforming Digion Corps, and is expected to gain energy, 90 million units. It takes time to complete the swallowing transformation, 9 hours, please wait patiently. He casually threw a fragment of the sacred tablet into his mouth. Clicking and chewing. Looking at the huge dragon city with blooming flowers. Suchen took out the dragon-shaped gold metal Imperial City Order. Whether to use Imperial City Order 1 and gold coins 100 billion to upgrade your dragon city from level 3 main city to Imperial City. Yes. As soon as Suchen finished speaking, the Imperial City Order disappeared in his hand. Upgrading. Update successed. Congratulations, your city Dragon City has been successfully upgraded to the highest level Imperial City, and the city area has increased tenfold. The upgrade limit for all buildings in the city has been increased to level 10. Ding. The system detects that you have Imperial City and Emperor Seal. 2 of the 3 conditions for proclaiming the Emperor have been met. If all the tribes in the Divine Domain are summoned to come to court, you can be proclaimed the Emperor. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 466. Summon all the tribes to come to court, and you can become emperor. Hearing this prompt, Suchen's eyes narrowed slightly. His artifact Cloak of Hegemony happens to have an attribute Wanfang Lai Chao. Who started the Imperial Hegemony? When all directions come to the DPRK. As long as it is activated, it can immediately force all races in the Divine Continent to make a pilgrimage. And with his current power of defeating the forces of the 6 realms, even without the equipment attribute of all directions coming to court. As long as he issues a call, no one in the Divine Continent would dare to disobey. The game is going to be offline soon. Let's upgrade a wave of buildings first, and wait until early tomorrow morning to unify the Divine Domain and directly claim the throne. Suchen stood in front of the floor-to-ceiling window with his hands folded, looking at the tall buildings and pedestrians in front of him. He felt heroic and at the same time very emotional. After being reborn for the 9th time, he could finally ascend to the supreme position. Finally, he no longer had to be as powerful as before. Alone and alone, he will fight against the gods and demons of the 6 realms. In this life, he will integrate all the resources and power of the Divine Continent and attack the 6 realms with the strongest posture. Ding. Do you want to upgrade City Lord's Mansion to Imperial Palace? The current upgrade requires gold coins 10 billion, gold bricks 1 million, gold powder 6 million, colorful glazed tiles 8 million, dragon blood brick 30 million, sapphire red wall stone 1. Friendly reminder, the materials required for current upgrades can be replaced by gold coins in varying amounts, which can be directly exchanged by the system. Like dragon blood brick sapphire danbishi, this kind of thing has never been seen even in the 6 realms Agent Force 52 Church. Suchen has other materials. Now he chose to replace some of the materials with gold coins. After all, for Suchen, who has a net worth of tens of trillions of gold coins, problems that can be solved with money are not problems. A total of nearly 50 billion gold coins and various materials were spent to start upgrading. Upgrading in progress, it is expected to be completed in 1 hour. Ding. It will cost 100 million gold coins to upgrade the level 5 warehouse to the level 10 Imperial City warehouse. The upgrade is expected to be completed in 1 hour. Ding. It will cost 100 million gold coins to upgrade the level 5 guild building to the level 10 guild building. The upgrade is expected to be completed in 1 hour. Ding. Spend 100 million gold coins to upgrade the level 3 main city wall to the level 10 Imperial City Emperor City wall, and get an additional 100% defense blessing. The upgrade is expected to be completed in 1 hour. Ding. Looking at the Dragon City, which had expanded dozens of times in area and was caught in a busy upgrade and reconstruction site, Suchen clapped his hands with a sense of accomplishment and walked away to the secret realm of the Imperial City. At this moment, the players and NPCs of the 5 major races in Dragon City were filled with shock when they saw the rapidly expanding Dragon City. Is this another expansion? You are ignorant, right? This is not an expansion. This is about upgrading to the first Imperial City in the entire server. Look at the City Lord's mansion. Although scaffolding has been set up, it can already be seen from the prototype that it will definitely be a magnificent palace in the future. This scale, this shape, it seems that the boss of King's Landing is really going to be the Emperor. According to the game information, once the player proclaims himself Emperor and completes the unification of the Divine Continent, he can gather the luck of the world and forcibly improve his qualification level. He can also gather the wealth of the world and recruit all the tribes of the gods to serve him. Once the king of King's Landing becomes emperor, I am afraid that even if all the countries in the world unite, they will not be the opponent of King's Landing. It sounds like if we join forces now, we are the opponent of the king's boss. Picking nose dog head. Fire Phoenix Guild. The cute little white rabbit held Yun Fei-Yan's hand with excitement and asked, Sister, is Brother Su really going to proclaim himself emperor? Yun Fei-Yan's beautiful face was filled with excitement, pride, and enthusiasm. Rong Guang smiled and nodded. Yes, I heard from Suchen that when it goes online tomorrow, he will ascend the throne and proclaim himself emperor. Wow! It's true. The cute little white rabbit jumped up excitedly. Then all the guilds in the server will come to congratulate me, right, Yun? Fei-Yan pinched her delicate face and said with a smile, not only the guild leaders, but also all the tribes in the Divine Continent, including all countries in the real world, will send people here. My God, how grand that scene must have been. The cute little white rabbit was in shock. The little hand is holding a fist to hold the heart, looking cute and unable to control itself. Yun Fei-Yan looked at the prosperity in the distance and said softly, he deserves this. Perhaps, when he was named Junlin, he had been running towards Junlin Tianxia. The cute little white rabbit's big eyes rolled twice, and suddenly she took Yun Fei-Yan's arm and said with a smile, when Brother Su becomes emperor, Sister Yun, you will be Brother Su's queen, right? Yun Fei-Yan's pretty face was dizzy. Hong patted the girl gently. Don't talk nonsense, our affairs haven't been decided yet. The cute little white rabbit smiled and said, it's settled, it's settled. Brother Su has already made his relationship with Sister Yun public, becoming a queen is just a matter of words. Brother Su is handsome, wealthy, and capable. All the men in the world combined are not as powerful as Brother Su. I think Grandpa Yun and Uncle Yun also wish that their sister would marry Brother Su as soon as possible. You are the only one who talks a lot. Yun Fei-Yan was teased by a little girl and was so embarrassed. She felt happy and worried at the same time. Will I really become his queen? Will there be other women in the future? Suchen is so outstanding that even Yun Fei-Yan, a hero among women, feels inferior. After a long time, she gradually calmed down the random thoughts in her heart and said to herself, no matter what, I will silently help him and support him. Even if he dominates the world, my original intention will not change. The game is offline. It's like an appointment has been made. Various media outlets around the world are overwhelmingly reporting on the news that Suchen is about to proclaim himself emperor in the God's Domain online game. At the same time, governments around the world sent congratulatory messages to Suchen. At 8 p.m., the game goes online. Ding! The artifact Dragon King Jade Pendant successfully converts energy and gets you free attribute points *1600. There are only 2 days left before the online game of God's domain comes to reality. Ding. Update successed. Congratulations on successfully upgrading your City Lord's mansion to level 10 Imperial Palace. Ding. Update successed. Congratulations on successfully upgrading your warehouse to level 10 Imperial City Warehouse. Ding. Update successed. Congratulations on successfully upgrading your city wall to level 10 Imperial City Wall. Ding. Ding. Will all races be summoned to come to court? Turn on Emperor mode. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 467. You hear a system beep. Suchan sat on the dragon throne in the main hall of the palace, looking down at the crowds of people outside the palace. Silently activate the attribute of the artifact Cloak of Hegemony Wanfang Lai Chao. Hold head high. Immediately, a golden beam of light rose into the sky from the Cloak of Hegemony. The beam of light rose hundreds of meters high above the main hall, transforming into a golden 5-clawed dragon. Soaring up into the sky, reaching beyond the sky. Facing the rising sun, he opened his mouth and took a breath. It was as if the entire sun's rays had been sucked in. The golden dragon, which was 1,000 meters long, grew in size rapidly. All the way up to 90,000 meters. Dragon horns, dragon scales, dragon whiskers, dragon claws, gradually turned into a bronze color. Waves of ancient and long-lasting aura emanated from this 90,000-meter-long ancient dragon. Hold head high. Gulong roared into the sky. It has its own vicissitudes, staunchness, and glorious supreme power. The dragon's roar spread in all directions at an extremely fast speed. Suddenly, he reached every corner of the divine continent, including the endless sea. Even the 6 misty realms can feel the power of this vast ancestral dragon. For a moment, all the tribes in the god's domain couldn't help but look towards the dragon city where Suchen was. This is, the Dragon King's chant. Someone is going to proclaim himself emperor. It's been 1,000 years, it's been 1,000 years. Since the Qing emperor was defeated, has someone finally taken control of the divine realm again? 2 days ago, I returned from traveling on the mainland and discovered that the Lord of Dragon City had led the alliance of the 5 races and was able to overwhelm all the religions in the 6 realms to pursue and fight. I guessed that the Dragon Emperor's chant should be that of Lord Dragon City. Summoned, he is the only one in the world who has the qualifications to be the Emperor. The sons of the Stoneman clan, follow me to Dragon City to meet the new Emperor. From 5,000 years old to 100 years old, the entire Red Dragon clan will follow this king to meet the new Emperor. Crystal Dragon, target Dragon City, set off. After activating the attribute of Wanfang Lai Chao, Suchen immediately took out the ancient jade flute of Fate Star. Place it across your mouth and blow gently. In an instant, the beautiful sound of the flute spreads to all directions in the divine continent with a strange power. Even Suchen's hair and clothes started to flutter. The whole person looks like an immortal descended into the world, with extraordinary charm. And with the sound of the flute, deep in the endless sea, Leviathan was suppressed at the bottom of the sea by the sealing formation of the 6 realms of heaven and earth. Slowly opening his huge eyes from inside the glass world. Boy, I didn't expect that in just over half a month, you could actually become the emperor. This talent and qualifications are no less comparable to that of Subuking back then. I just don't know what level of strength you have now. If you are too strong, even if there is the ancient jade flute of the Fate Star, even if the Dragon Emperor's chant calls me, I will not go out to help you. In this world, no one can let me be his foil and green leaf. In the ancient places on all sides of the god's domain continent, a towering solitary mountain suddenly collapsed and 2 huge rocks were revealed, revealing huge eyes like black holes inside. Waves of god-level terrifying auras slowly spread out. The birds and beasts in the mountain were shaken. The monsters exploded and died. King D artifact? Fate Star Ancient Jade Flute. Is the Dragon King bloodline reappearing? Ilishan have been sleeping for 1,000 years, and it's finally time to move my muscles again. As he spoke, the towering lonely mountain suddenly rose from the ground and reached the sky, flying rapidly towards Dragon City. Along the way, due to the huge mass of Gus Han, there are continuous space ripples. The other side. Hundreds of desert mountains suddenly collapsed. Then it spurted out completely. In an instant, a terrifying sandstorm was created that was as powerful as a strike from the Lord God. All creatures attacked by the sandstorm were turned into powder. At the same time, an extremely huge figure, hidden in this terrifying sandstorm, also flew towards Dragon City. A virgin forest in the south. An ancient snake that was 9 kilometers long and also had the aura of the main god emerged from the ground. The place of colorful clouds in the west. A pair of sky-high wings, covering the sky and the sun, flying towards Dragon City with flames all over the sky, like huge flaming clouds. Suchan activated the Qing Emperor artifact and the ancient jade flute of the Destiny Star. It also shocked the 6 realms. Billions of gods and demons looked sideways, and hundreds of gods all woke up. Even the lords of the 6 realms, the God King, the Jade Emperor, the Demon Lord, the Demon Queen, the Ghost King, the Tathagata and other 6 god-level beings slowly opened their sky-covering eyes from the endless emptiness. The main body does not move, but the god-level divine thoughts can instantly penetrate the obstacles of the boundary wall and communicate with each other. Will there be another emperor in the ancestral land of God's domain? Even the ancient flute of the Star of Life has been activated. It seems that the Qing Emperor is undoubtedly reincarnated. Unexpectedly, in less than a month, he could achieve such an extent, even abducting the first divine general under me. The charm of the reincarnated body of the Qing Emperor should not be underestimated. Everyone, while the Qing Emperor's reincarnated body has not yet fully awakened, if you have a suitable candidate, go to the ancestral continent of God's domain and kill him. Amitabha. The Ksitagarbha Bodhisattva under my seat has the invincible fighting power of the Lord God, so he can be used. Ares, the god of war, has already touched the threshold of the god-level realm. He is only one step away from adding another god-level combat power to our god realm. This time, he killed the Qing Emperor's reincarnated body, which is exactly what he achieved. A perfect opportunity for your own realm. My dear Suzaku, if you can eat the heart essence and blood of the Qing Emperor's reincarnated body, you can also break through to the divine realm. Great kindness. Then I, the 3 realms of heaven, demon, and ghost, use the power of the gods to forge divine swords to add another fighting strength to these 3 warriors. At the same time, I use the energy of the Dragon King and the sound of the ancient flute of the Fate Star as the source to lock the dragon. The time and space around the city allows the 3 warriors to exert their full combat power. Amitabha. In this way, 3 quasi-god level warriors will capture and kill the reincarnation of the Qing Emperor from the lower realm. It is a sure shot. You all just sit back and wait for the news. It's a pity that we haven't explored the top level of God realm yet. Otherwise, even if there are obstacles from the rules of the God's domain, we can personally go down to the realm to obliterate it. I hope to introduce it to the land of Tianyuan and personally repay the humiliation of thousands of years. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 468. Suchan activated Wanfang Lai Chao. Billions of players across the server also feel this. At this time, the area of Dragon City has expanded 10 times, except for a few top-secret places. Most urban areas are open to regular players. Suddenly, countless players who came here flocked to Dragon City. Huh? I haven't been here for a long time, but Dragon City actually has an extra friendly citizen office. It turns out to be the place to apply for the friendly citizen card. The boss of Junlin said that if you have a friendly citizen card, you can become a permanent resident of Dragon City. Let's apply quickly. Dragon City has become a lot bigger. The city wall is already 1,000 meters high. So spectacular. It is indeed the first imperial city in the entire server. A warehouse is bigger than Novice Village. This atmosphere, this spirit, tisk tisk. Look. That's the palace. It is magnificent and magnificent, much more majestic than the real ancient palace. The players who came to Dragon City were like country people entering the city for the first time. There were screams and exclamations everywhere. War Overlord and others also came to Dragon City. Although they were very reluctant. Suchen proclaimed himself emperor. They must come over to congratulate them as a sign of goodwill. Otherwise, if they offend Suchen or the Dragon City forces, just the rich and financiers behind the guilds such as War Overlord and others can give them a drink. This imperial city was originally supposed to be built by me. The War Overlord was walking on the wide streets of Dragon City, thinking with jealousy and emotion in his heart. Elders, kings, prime ministers, and others from established powerful countries such as Country M and Country Y also came to Dragon City one by one. Looking at the majestic buildings, these top government officials had different expressions. There was jealousy, shock, entanglement, and flattery. But they all had to lower their heads, announce their identities to the guards guarding both sides of the city gate, and offer various congratulatory gifts. The entrance to the palace. Yun Feiyan, Zunlong, and others personally helped Mr. Yun and others enter the palace gate. In the game, Mr. Yun is just a level 11 priest. The players who were watching the excitement around saw the scene and cried out in surprise. Who is this old man? How could he be able to get the two major guild leaders in Dragon City to personally support him? Yes. I have never seen Goddess Yun treat an old man so respectfully and kindly. Someone next to you sneered, I just like your appearance of having never seen the world. This old man has a modest background. He is one of the real elders of our Z country, and he is also the grandfather of gang leader Yun and gang leader Zunlong. Oh, if the boss of Junlin and gang leader Yun get married in the future, this old man will still be there in the future. He will be the grandfather of the King's Landing boss. As soon as this man finished speaking, the surrounding people's excited voices immediately fell into silence. Especially the player who just casually called Mr. Yun old man turned pale. Damn it! Did I just call the elder of Country Z an old man? Moreover, he is also the biological grandfather of the two Dragon City Guild leaders, Yun Feiyan and Zunlong. If the people from the Dragon City Guild hear this, will they hack me to death? The most important thing is, in the future, he will still be the boss of Junlin. Grandpa? Who is the boss of King's Landing? The Supreme Emperor who is about to ascend the throne and proclaim himself Emperor. Did I just tease a relative of the Emperor? Several players with pale faces quickly disappeared into the crowd. Mr. Yun was kissing him with the support of his granddaughter and grandson. He looked at the majestic palace and said happily. Hurrah! Very good. It is your honor that Suchen is here today, it is also my honor, old man, and it is our entire country Z's honor. I have to wait for several generations and work hard for decades before country Z can stand in the world and not be bullied at will. Unexpectedly, Suchen alone could bring us to an unprecedented height, a height we dream of. A height that reigns over the world and attracts all nations to come to court. Even the Qin Emperor, Han Wu, Tangzong, and Song Xiu in history were not able to achieve this level. As he spoke, Mr. Yun actually choked up. Suchen's name Junlin is so well chosen, I can see this child ascend the throne and proclaim himself emperor today. Old man, I will die with no regrets. It is difficult for people in the new era to understand the feelings of the older generation about their family and country. Yun Feiyan and Zunlong quickly comforted them. Grandpa, what are you talking about? When the game comes to reality, you will definitely live for thousands of years. The half-awakened fox was guarding the Dragon City teleportation formation, and together with the Elf Queen, the Dwarf Gushan King, the 7 Human Kings, the Beast Saint, the Titan King and others, they received the various races from the Divine Domain who came to Dragon City. The reception with such a lineup also had Yunfian and others' considerations in mind, not only to show the solemnity of Dragon City, but also to shock all the races in the God's domain. In order to prevent Suchen from being enthroned at the ceremony, all the tribes in the God's domain would yell and scream and show no dignity. But it was obvious that Yunfian and others were overly worried. Just Suchen's chant of the ancestral dragon that activated the manifestation of all nations come to court was enough to suppress all the races in the God realm. Buzz, buzz, buzz. A huge vibration suddenly came from the specially reinforced and expanded teleportation array. I saw stone figures tens of meters tall walking down the teleportation platform with heavy steps. The stone tribe from Yunshan in the divine realm came with 10,000 years stalactite to congratulate Junlin on his enthronement and proclaimed the emperor. The first one, an old stone man with a particularly tall stature and an aura that had obviously reached the god level, muttered to the half-awake fox and others in a very solemn voice. The 10,000 years stalactite he presented was said to be 10,000 years old, but in fact it has already exceeded 100 million years. It was comparable to the stalactite that the Xiantian Dao sect nourished the Xiantian Dao fruit. The energy contained in it was extremely terrifying. Immediately afterwards, huge crystal dragons with elegant shapes and as gorgeous as crystals emerged from the teleportation array. Fly out. The first 3 crystal dragons have reached high-level god-level strength. Crystal Dragon from God's domain came with 100,000 time and space crystals to congratulate Junlin on his enthronement and proclaimed himself emperor. The races that have been hidden for a long time came out of the teleportation array one by one. Fortunately, the Elf Queen, the Beast Saint and others have heard of these races and have a certain understanding of these races. Although the half-awakened fox on the side has an ugly face, I can still remain calm, but my heart is already in turmoil. I'll be a good boy. No wonder the Junlin brothers said that they want to integrate the resources of all races in the divine realm, not to mention that each of these races has hidden god-level experts. Just these things they dedicated, any of them are god-level treasures. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 469. Suchen was sitting alone on the throne in the main hall of the palace. He ate the fragments of the sacred monument clicking. The half-awakened fox would also select some key information and report it to Suchen in real time. When he heard 10,000 years stalactite, Suchen couldn't help but curl up the corner of his mouth. When I heard the 100,000 copies of time and space crystals presented by the Crystal Dragon clan, I even chuckled. My advanced time and space heart needs exactly 100,000 time and space crystals to upgrade it to perfect level. I don't know how powerful the perfect level heart of time and space will be. Suchen was secretly looking forward to it. However, at this time, with the time and space fortress where Dragon City is located as the center, there is no warning in time and space with a radius of thousands of miles. Suddenly it solidified. The time and space fortress is protected by the heavenly universe formation. The time and space within the fortress is still normal, with only slight disturbances. But everything around the time and space fortress was frozen. The leaves, flowers, and plants that were originally swaying remained motionless. The flapping bees no longer flap their wings in the air. A hunting venomous snake still holds its head high, opens its fangs and mouth, and maintains a forward posture. A female player didn't know why she provoked a silver-level boss, and saw that the boss's big feet were about to trample her into a pulp. But everything suddenly solidified. The frightened expression of the female player and the raised big foot of the boss were all frozen in this moment like a paused video. The umbrella girl Yingying was the most sensitive to the power of time and space. She immediately returned to Suchen from the secret realm of the imperial city and said solemnly with her pretty face, "Master, the time and space around our time and space fortress has been solidified with great magic." Suchen stood up with a calm face and said softly, "I sensed it. I had known that the six realms would not let me ascend the throne and become emperor so easily, but now it seems that they finally couldn't help but take action." Suchen rubbed his fingers. The fighting spirit rose in his eyes. "My 100 attacks per second have not touched blood yet. Now, it's time to test your skills." After a while, Dragon City also noticed that something was wrong. It began to ring the alarm bell. The huge and rapid sound of the bell floated in the imperial city. It immediately caused riots among tens of millions of players in the city. What happened? Why sound the alarm at this time? Aren't all the forces in the six realms expelled and slaughtered by the king's boss? Why would anyone dare to attack the city at this time? I can't see where the enemy is. What kind of existence dares to bring trouble to Dragon City? At this moment, a white light flashed at the Dragon City teleportation formation. 3 level 50 female players with extremely beautiful figures and looks, but extremely indifferent expressions, stepped out from the teleportation platform with light steps. Guarding on both sides of the teleportation formation were the half-awakened fox, the elf queen, the orc saint, and others continued to discuss the Dragon City alarm bell as if they had not seen it. It was as if these 3 female players were 3 rays of breeze. Wait for these 3 female players to leave, the most powerful elf queen seemed to suddenly react, and said with a surprised face. Just now, it seems that 3 human players came in from the teleportation array. The half-awake fox said with a confused look on his face. Is there any? Our teleportation array was blocked as soon as the bell sounded the warning. How could there be any players able to teleport over? Did you see it wrong? With the help of the beast god Ninetails, the beast saint has now reached the god level. After hearing this, she said thoughtfully, I seem to have that impression. Is it really an illusion? In a crowded and overcrowded street, these 3 female players with indifferent expressions walked with great ease. All players and NPCs along the way involuntarily gave way to a spacious road. At the same time, they were still discussing and complaining about the alarm bell just now. The crowded crowd turned a blind eye to the strange behavior of automatically getting out of the way and the 3 beautiful female players walking towards them. The 3 female players had different auras. The one in the middle had a fiery aura and was wearing a red leather suit. Female player chuckled and said, "The Dharma of ultimate bliss is indeed miraculous. Even we in the demon world are in awe of such techniques that confuse people's minds." Amitabha. The female player wearing yellow cloth armor on the left chanted the Buddha's name. Her voice was neither male nor female, and she seemed to be humbly saying, "Thank you for the award, Suzaku donor, but it's just a little trick that won't catch the eyes of the 2 of you." The female player warrior on the right wearing blue heavy armor and holding a heavy sword, with 2 slender legs, looked up at the sky above Dragon City, but a thick male voice sneered. It's rare that Junlin's fellow found such an ancient fortress, but the formations set up around it have the aura of heaven. It seems that heaven not only allowed Junlin to kidnap the god general Lu Yuanzong, but also stole the heaven formations by the way. Huh, really? Disgrace me to the 6 realms. These 3 female players are surprisingly the 3 generals sent by the 3 realms of God, Demon, and Paradise to kill Suchen. The female player in yellow cloth armor is the famous Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva in the Paradise realm. The red one is Kshitigarbha Bodhisattva. The female player who wears leather armor and is like fire is none other than the top god of the demon world Suzaku. The female player wearing blue heavy armor is god of war Ares sent by the god world. These 3 people, all have the invincible super combat power of the main god. They have also been blessed by the power of the gods of the three realms of heaven, demon, and ghost, and they already have quasi-god level combat power. Taking the bodies of 3 female players is just a matter of a thought. Venerable Suzaku glanced at the top god-level heavenly universe formation above Dragon City, and said, I didn't expect that this formation has been created by Junlin to create such a climate. If the 3 of us don't have the blessing of the god, I'm afraid it won't be possible to break through for a while. Now, as players from a foreign land, we enter the city directly through the teleportation array, which is a trick. Ksiddhagarbha. Bodhisattva smiled and said, it's only strange that the divine objects such as the fortress of space and time have been exhausted, but we can penetrate directly into the interior without any effort. It is a misfortune for all sentient beings. When we fight against Junlin later, this dragon city and the tens of millions of lives around it will inevitably be razed to pieces. Amitabha, I only hope that these idiots can escape from the sea of suffering and reach bliss as soon as possible. Lord Suzaku and God of War Ares sneered in their hearts when they heard Ksiddhagarbha Bodhisattva's words. The bald donkey in paradise is hypocrisy. Even if you kill someone, you have to be pretentious. If you are truly compassionate, don't come. Ares, the god of war, slashed the heavy sword in his hand twice randomly in the void, and suddenly extremely dangerous dark cracks in the void appeared in mid-air and lingered for a long time. His eyes were full of fighting spirit and he said, I hope that Lord can hold on in my hands for a little longer when he comes. If I can really break through to the realm of God, I can also let him leave his whole body. Zuck Master. The reporter chuckled, I only want his heart essence and blood, and as for the rest, it's up to you. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 470. The 3 of them traveled unimpeded and regarded the countless players and NPCs around them as nothing. All the way to the gate of the palace. At this time, Ksiddhagarbha Bodhisattva suddenly raised his head and looked somewhere in the void. Huh? Someone has actually spied on us? Could it be that guy from Junlin? At this time, in the main hall of the palace, Suchen is using the Solomon crystal ball to check the attributes of Ksiddhagarbha and Bodhisattva. Hi. These 3 guys actually have 500 billion health points, 50 billion attack points, and 5 billion defense points. Even if the main god I met before could exert 100% of his strength, it would only have 1/5 of the attributes of these 3 people. Could it be that the main god is invincible? Suchen passed the information and real-time images through the master-servant connection to Lu Yuanzong, the number 1 god in heaven. The latter was shocked when he saw it. Master, these 3 people are Ksiddhagarbha Bodhisattva, Venerable Suzaku from the demon world and God of War Ares from the divine world are both top powerhouses in their respective worlds. Their strength is only slightly less than what I was in my heyday. And looking at their auras, it is obvious that they have been blessed by the power of the gods, and they clearly have quasi-god level combat power. Now these 3 people have entered our dragon city. Master, our situation is extremely dangerous now. Let Yuanzong stop them. Master, take the others and leave here quickly. In all the scenes seen through Solomon's crystal ball, one can directly feel the aura of the opponent in the scene. Lu Yuanzong is very familiar with the auras of these 3 people, and naturally recognized them at first sight. The identity of the player who seizes the body is basically unknown. He couldn't escape his eyesight. Naturally, he knew how terrifying these 3 people were now. Lu Yuanzong had only recovered a small part of his strength and was no match for these 3 people. He said these words clearly because he wanted to sacrifice himself and win Suchen's escape. Time. Quasi-god level combat power. Suchen curled his lips. I wonder how many seconds these 3 people can last in my hands with my 210 times general level god descends to earth, plus 100 attack speeds per second, and Shura's strike, which can hit up to 10 times the critical strike. I wonder what good things will be revealed if you kill the quasi-god level existence. Suchen licked his lips. He put away the Solomon crystal ball and forcibly ordered Lu Yuanzong to stay where he was. He himself sat on the dragon throne in the main hall. Two girls, Yingying and Ji Mengli, poured tea and water for him and beat him. The legs were fed with fruit, and they were leisurely waiting for the enemy to come. Ksatagarbha and Bodhisattva, three people, entered the palace. Lord Suzaku frowned slightly and said, "How? Is that guy still spying on us?" Ksatagarbha Bodhisattva shook his head. "No, however, I suddenly had a premonition of danger in my heart, but I didn't know who the danger should be." Venerable Suzaku said in surprise, "You are in the realm of a Buddha, but you can't see clearly the signs of danger? With our strength, how can someone make us feel danger?" Ksatagarbha Bodhisattva frowned. "There is a level of ancestors. The aura of the dragon has blinded my senses. I think the danger should be with King's Landing." Ares, the god of war, raised his eyebrows. "King's Landing? Interesting. It seems that I came to the right place this time. The more dangerous it is, the more dangerous it is. The easier it is for me to break through the realm through fighting. Junlin, it seems that I have reserved your whole body for you." The three of them flashed across the royal street, the golden bridge, and the majestic palace. Arrive in front of the main hall where Suchen is. On top of the 99 steps, a dragon-shaped red wall stone is placed in the center, exuding the power of the glorious ancestral dragon. Got here. The three Ksatagarbha Bodhisattva no longer hide themselves. A sudden change of power. The bodies of the three female players who took over the body exploded immediately. A colorful stream of light is revealed inside. Immediately afterwards, this colorful stream of light quickly skyrocketed. It grew all the way to a height of 3,000 meters before it could stop. I saw three giants suddenly appearing in the majestic palace. On the left is a 3,000-meter giant, with a pearl in his left hand, a tin staff in his right hand, colorful lotus flowers at his feet, big ears and shoulders, kind eyebrows and kind eyes, and he looks like a great bodhisattva. The one on the right is holding an aegis and a divine spear, revealing the strong muscles of his upper body. He is wearing a golden war helmet, and his fighting spirit is as real as it is, which is breathtaking. In the middle is a tall beauty, with a fiery red skirt lingering around her body, a pair of dazzling phoenix eyes, and her own heavenly fire flowing endlessly around her body. At the same time, bursts of terrifying top-level god-level auras spread out in waves with the three people at the center. These three giants are so tall that tens of millions of players and NPCs outside the palace can clearly see them. Suddenly the whole dragon city was in an uproar and exclaimed, "What happened? Why did three giants appear in the palace? Could it be a new pet summoned by the boss of King's Landing? What a pet! Can't you read the ID? Those three giants all have dark red IDs. It is clearly a powerful enemy sent by the six realms." Ksatagarbha Bodhisattva Ares, god of war Suzaku, "Oh my god! With such a huge body, I think he must be extremely powerful. How did they show up at the palace? Didn't it mean that Dragon City's defense was impregnable? Couldn't these giants just flatten Dragon City with 1 foot? You are still discussing this nonsense. This is clearly a fight between gods, let's run away. If it's too late, you'll die. Escape? Where to escape? The teleportation array is blocked and the city gate is closed, no one can escape. And you underestimate the boss of King's Landing too much, right? The Lord God can kill, but I think these three giants will still die in the hands of the king's boss." Top politicians from countries such as F stood on the edge of the palace and could see it even more clearly. There was even a hint of schadenfreude in the frightened expressions of these people. The same goes for War Overlord and others. Only Mr. Yoon and others looked worried and anxious. Yoon Feiyan raised her axes with red eyes and rushed to the main hall of the palace. Being held tightly by the eldest brother Zunlong. "Believe Suchen. Believe in King's Landing. In the past, he slaughtered the Lord God like he slaughtered pigs and dogs, but now he can definitely do the same. If you go by like this, it will only distract him. Hurry up and take Grandpa and the others to a safe place. Suchen will definitely be able to solve the problems here. The Elf Queen, the half-awake fox and others next to the teleportation array were also shocked when they saw the scene in the palace. It's a powerful enemy sent by the Six Realms. At least it has main god level strength, much more powerful than the main god clones that came before. My husband/Lord King is in danger. I'll rush over to support you. The stonemen, crystal dragons, red dragons, and demon hunters who came to congratulate and pay tribute were also very frightened. They originally wanted to avoid the oppression of the Six Realms and had lived in seclusion for thousands of years in the wilderness of the Divine Continent. Now they see the three top-level god-level beings sent by the Six Realms trembled all over just by feeling the majestic aura emanating from them. Let alone fighting against them. For a time, all the tribes in the god's domain were wondering whether they could successfully ascend the throne this time. After proclaiming himself emperor, everyone became worried and doubtful.